Welcome back, everyone, to OpenLine. We have with us Representative Rick Staples, Democrat from Knoxville. We're talking about the bust of Nathan Bedford Forrest that currently sits in the state capitol right outside the House and Senate chamber. Representative Staples has filed a resolution to have it moved to a museum or some other place. We have with us Reverend Fuzz. Hello, Reverend Fuzz.
Hey, Dan.
Hi.
I'm listening tonight, and thank you. Wow. Your listeners, we got a lot to learn. Someone said last week that we're not racist as much as we are racially ignorant. And my congregation did a bold and brave thing Sunday to fellowship with the Church of Scientology. We kind of talked about and met people from different cultures, and no one knew about anyone. But one of my thoughts in listening tonight also is that in all of my years working in race relations, I've never heard anyone describe the dilemma or the solution to the dilemma in a correct way. I've never heard anyone get it right about race relations. We really got a lot of work to do on that, and it'll be a good thing for America. I'm sorry for the guy who's apologizing about it's not my fault. Don't worry about fault. Let's just make it a great society. I was with a lady this morning who was one of the lunch counters sitting in demonstrators back in the civil rights times. She was born in 48. She was a college-educated woman. We've got a lot of work to do on race relations. Nobody gets it right. And Ben, maybe you ought to do something every week and make Nashville talk about it.
Right.
This is good for what I heard tonight. The people who called in, because as people hear stories, it's going to help their behavior. I think you ought to do something and be brave and just let folks say what they feel. This was good tonight, but it just shows to me we've got a lot of work to do.
Right.
And if we do this work, it's going to be a great benefit to our civilization.
Reverend Fuzz, thank you. Thanks for the call. Yeah, it's said over and over we need to talk about these things. We don't talk about them, but this issue, I guess, does at least do that. We do talk about some of these things. So some of it's uncomfortable, but at least we're talking.
Well, it just shows that unfortunately that bust symbolizes some of the uncomfortable ideas that we have about our past, and there are just instances that we've heard tonight where there's not been a process of healing, even from slavery, let alone civil rights, from slavery. And that's pretty powerful that we still need to address that. But I believe the healing process starts with my colleagues and I working in concert together and removing this bus and replacing it with a Tennessean that's served and has a body of work to stand on that we all can be proud of.
Let's go to Richie on line 5. Hello, Richie.
Yes, Ricky.
Ricky, I'm sorry, Ricky. Go right ahead.
Well, I think that we're talking about race too much. There is Mr. Staples. He's been elected to state office. Look where he's at. Look where you're at now. You wouldn't have been there back in the Civil War days. Things have changed. I didn't have nothing to do with slavery, neither did you. And I think we need to focus on the job that you're there to do and your constituents. Do that job and not talk so much about race and about a bust of Nathan Bedford Forrest. You know, I'm sorry if it offends you when you see that. It doesn't me. And likewise, it doesn't offend me to see bust of black people there. I think we all need to stop talking about racism so much. I think I try to treat you right. I work with black people, good friends of mine. We don't discuss race. We're all humans and we get along. We work together. I think sometimes we talk about this too much, and if you just keep poking at it, it's never going to heal. I think we need to all be individuals and do our jobs and forget. I don't look at you as a black man. I look at you as an elected leader of this state. It doesn't matter what color you are. I think we need to put this behind us more. Forget about color and just look at the people. And
Okay.
everybody try to treat each other right. I mean,
All right, well,
in my community, I think we all treat each other right, you know?
All right, let's talk about that. Thank you for the call. We have about 30 seconds here. What do you want to say?
Well, it's great to hear from another Rick. And so let me say something. The crux of the conversation of racism isn't being stirred up by individuals. It's being stirred up by what this bus represents. And if we're poking it, the red hot poker is the bust itself. So let's move on. Once again, I got to say, I think Representative Ann Davis is probably the best person, in my opinion, to replace Nathan Bedford Forrest bus, because she came up there specifically to get something done, which was to protect our environment, what we have today in East Tennessee, going into other states, the Great Smoky Mountains. She's the mother of that, and once she was able to accomplish that, she came and served, and she stepped down. And that's a great story for all people to be lifted off of. So thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We're going to wrap everything up, so don't go away. We'll be back right after this.